What's up, guys? It's Deusa.
It's Nadia.
And welcome to What the Fuck is Nirvana podcast. We got a very, very special guest here. Cherele. She is coming from LA, but she's from Fort Myers. She's like one of my best friends in our sisterhood, period, for one. For two, she's a great fucking rapper. She's one of the smartest people I know. She's an awesome creative and just an all-around beautiful fucking person, a goddess incarnated on this earth.
Thank you. That just filled me up.
Period.
So we actually went to
Her show?
Yeah, your show yesterday, which was fucking fire. Like, it was lit, bitch. Like, oh my goodness. I went straight on Spotify and I was like, all right, looking up your shit. I swear to God.
No,
I
literally.
swear.
Beats are fire.
Thank you.
I was twerking a little bit.
The genre was so like, oh my God. It was like, there was like some rock, like there was some like, there was rap, there was some like hardcore punk shit. Like, it was fucking sick.
Like, your bass lines are always gonna be fire, which is because you a Southern shorty.
Right,
so
we keep it Southern. We keep it Southern.
You get it.
Yeah.
And you performed how many songs?
8.
God damn.
Yeah.
You made that shit look easy. You made it look easy.
And that last song, you could tell took a lot.
Yes.
Like, it was like,
I was like, let me get my breath right.
When you said that, I took a big breath for you. I was like,
it helped. I was determined. Yeah.
that was a single, Hootie Hoo?
Yep, Hootie Hoo.
And Hootie Hoo is out?
Yes,
And
out
it's-
now.
love that.
Where can they reach it at?
All streaming services.
Period.
Yeah, everywhere.
Fire.
Dope.
That's a good song too.
When did you start your music journey?
Oh, wow. Since I was a kid, to be honest, I've always been a writer. I used to like write poems and like narratives as like just a jit. I think I took it seriously, semi-seriously in high school. It was just like, oh, no, this is what I want to do with my life. At first it was basketball, and then I was just like, they don't get paid enough. I want at the time,
Yeah,
it wasn't like
overseas,
the WNBA
hell
like it's
nah.
now. And I was just like, no, I want to do this. So kind of high school, and then like 19, it was just like, okay, I think I can do this for real. So yeah, it's been taking up my life since.
Okay, and then, so you've had this musical journey.
Yeah.
For sure put over your 10,000 hours. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
To like be a professional or a master at something.
Yeah, 10,000. Take us through kind of like if you were to get a simplified version of your steps and your journey, because you were part of a couple of collectives. Like, give us a little rundown real quick.
Oh man, where do I start? Like as a kid, it was funny. When I was in elementary school, I used to ghostwrite for the boys. I was just like, okay, we're gonna make a group, and like I demanded it, and I was just like, but y'all aren't that good, so I'm gonna write for you because I like it. Like I want it like this. So that was like literally, I was 9 years old. I remember that.
Ooh.
I would like freestyle in the back of the bus because that's where you really start to get your reputation of like,
Exactly.
right? It's like, oh,
And
you're
you
actually
develop that muscle too at a young age.
So I was like, I know when I go to the bus, we gonna be freestyling, and I need to out rap this boy. It was always like I was competing with boys too. It was just like I want to out rap him. I want to outrun him. I don't know. That was my complex as a kid.
Right.
And then middle school, I kind of got like shy about my gift. I was just like, no, I'm just gonna be a basketball player. I was just like, I don't know. High school, I was in a group with boys as well, and I started freestyling at school, being around the city, selling merch. So like I started being known in my city as like, oh, like she's a rapper,
Right.
And just figuring things out. I had poor management in high school. I thought I made it. I got signed in high school, and I was like, oh, I'm out this bitch. I brought my contract to school, and I was like, y'all ain't gonna see me. I'm out this bitch. Y'all not gonna see me. Like just nigga, we made hella cocky, like hella cocky.
I love that.
16. Yeah, I was just like, you know what I mean? No,
Maybe I remember y'all.
I remember y'all. Sorry. No, my management was like full of shit. Like that's when I started realizing the industry is not what it seems. Very young. We used to call him Bullshit Benny because he would sell us dreams. At the time, Plies was going up because Plies from the same city I'm from.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I know Plies. We can get you. You know, like he would just sell us dreams, and I would believe him too. And I would tell my mom, I'm like, I'm about to blow. Like I'm about to make so much. I'm about to blow. And it was just like never happened. So that was my first taste of just like industry bullshit.
Whew.
It was harsh, and then after I dropped out of USF, shout out Tampa, shout out the Bulls. I went to USF in college, and I dropped out. College dropout. Did not want to be a sociologist, but
Even though you low-key are.
I'm interested in the
That
subject.
profession. That profession is.
It's cool. I just didn't
It's
want to be a
very
social
cool.
worker. It was not for me. But then I joined a collective, another thing of like all men. So
Yeah.
it's like I was just constantly in this cycle of proving myself to men, like just having to outwork them, having to out rap them, and just being like holding my own.
Which you do.
Yeah, I do. But you know,
Were you the one of the only, sorry to interrupt, were you one of the only females yesterday, or were there other females performing? I know we got there a little
I
late.
believe there was like 2 other females, so it was more balanced. That lineup was a very
Okay, that's good.
balanced
That's good.
lineup.
Because usually,
nowadays-
Sometimes
Yeah.
it literally you're like the only woman.
I've seen her be the only female on the lineup, like for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta hold your own. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I was a part of that collective is locally in Fort Myers, a part of like all men. Didn't work out, and I moved to Miami. Had an opportunity with my producer. He was like, "Come to Miami. You need to like work on yourself. You need to focus on you. Like fuck a collective type shit."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna take a chance."
Right.
And I went to Miami with like nothing. I didn't know nobody. Like, and I just kind of just built it up. Miami really switched things for me. I will say, like the community out there, I just got a part of a lot.
It's
of things.
awesome.
Yeah, like their underground community.
It's live.
Yeah, 'cause
So
I remember when I started going around to Miami, you were there at the same time too.
Yeah, we've known each other forever.
No, forever.
Yeah.
But dude, like it was like when Young Simi,
Yes.
Rob Banks,
It was coming
Denzel
up.
Curry,
Denzel, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
whoa,
XXX, like
yeah.
all of that was at that time that I was in Miami, so I
Yeah.
kind of became a part of that culture as well. And they kind of just put me on a different platform. That's when I did Rolling Loud the first time.
shit.
Yeah, so I started
Love
like, and I
that.
went on my first tour. So I started like and then I moved to Atlanta. I had friends there. I've always been a traveling ass bitch. I love to travel, love to meet new people, love new experiences. So I'm just
Period.
like, if it works out, it works out. So then I was like, had an opportunity in Atlanta. And I was like, I had a DJ friend there, a good friend, Xavier Black. That's like family to me.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's also from Brooklyn, but I met him in Fort Myers. And he was like, you need to come to Atlanta. Like, Atlanta's lit, da-da-da. At the time, I was working with Awful Records, a collective.
Yep.
My father, we were really close. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. So went to Atlanta. Goddamn. And it was a great experience.
Fun fact.
I hear, well, go ahead.
When I first moved from Tampa
Yeah.
to Atlanta, the first time I ever moved out the city,
Live with me.
I lived in Cherele.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Beautiful,
that.
and it was
I also, I'm not gonna lie, I love the story of y'all meeting. I love the story of y'all meeting.
The crazy story.
Go ahead. Tell him.
I was performing in Tampa, and I was just going up on stage, and Layla just jumped on stage with me, and we just turning up. And I'm like, hell yeah, I just loved it. And then afterwards, she's like, bitch, you're lit. and like, I was like, yeah, and we was just friends ever since.
She was the only girl.
Yes.
And I share that competitive spirit with her because I played basketball too, so we kind of have the same background. So that's when I was heavy in my ego too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, she's the only girl?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and niggas ain't. I said, no. She was turning up, but when I stage with her, we were like,
Turn up.
yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Girls, we're girls.
Girls all day.
What we do. We rock out.
Yeah.
Knock out.
Yeah, been friends ever since.
Yes, I love
Literally.
that.
Awesome.
But Atlanta was great, and that was something where I became like a part of the community.
Yes.
So I ended up renting a house from Xavier. It was a big house, like 4 bedrooms, and I was like, I had like a lot of housing issues at the time, and I was like, my goal is to like allow creatives to stay here, mostly women, because men, living with me, whatever.
Right.
So I was like, I want women and majority of creative women to be able to stay here if they need to, 'cause it's really cheap. So I've lived with so many
Only
people.
$300 each,
that.
bitch.
Yeah. So come through. You need some help. Come
Two bedroom
get your shit
house.
together. Yeah.
Yo,
Four bedroom.
4 bedroom. I said 2 bedroom. 4 bedroom.
2 levels.
2 levels.
You
That's
was
what I
on the
meant.
downstairs level.
I was upstairs.
You were upstairs. No,
And with
you were in
you-
Micah's old room.
Yes.
With me.
Wow, and it's 300 each person?
Yes.
And it's like indicator, like it
You're
was
not gonna
sweet.
find something like
Ever
that.
again. What
So-
an era, though.
I was like the underground railroad of creatives for a while.
No, literally.
Like people would be like, "Oh, you need help? You need help? Okay, you coming from New York? You coming from here? Cool. Come here, cheap ass rent, heal,
Wow.
do your
Yeah.
shit. I'm gonna do my shit." And like I was on that for like 5 years. Like that house was like a spiritual house.
No, it was. I had my spiritual awakening there. Like, it was beautiful. Yeah. That
It's
house.
really beautiful. Now, like some people just tell me stories about their own experiences. Cause some I was upstairs, so some people were downstairs,
Yeah.
whatever, and they were just a lot lot of people healed in that house, and it was like,
That's beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah, I found myself in that house.
yeah,
Very beautiful. You were a great house mom. Yeah. Great straight. She was strict sometimes.
definitely straight. Now, you know what I'm saying? I had rules.
But she's big mama.
bullshit.
I'm big
Yeah,
mama. Like, we gotta
period.
get this shit.
She was a lot of fun though. So check me out. Me and Naomi.
House parties there.
I was about to get there, bitch. This is when me and Naomi just first started living there, right? We were working at Top Off. We come home after a long day of work. Why we come home to Project X?
I know you're gonna
at
say.
the crib. Project X and Cherele come. Hell yeah! I said, yo. This is how
I love that.
we had
I love that.
Yo, they was like, we want to shoot a video. I was like, shoot at my crib, awful. And I was like, cool, we just make a house party. And it went crazy. Like, so many
Crazy.
people from
That's dope.
Atlanta. Yeah, so
crazy.
it's like, some people know my house, my old house, and they don't even know me. Like,
Yeah.
there was just so many people in my crib.
Wow.
Yeah,
We
we
would
had
throw
a-
house parties.
Even
Layla loved to
my-
throw a house party.
Yes, even my birthday party.
Yep,
She
yep.
made, like, that was probably the best birthday party I've ever had.
I made you the flyer. Yeah.
I'm
And it was
dead.
lit. Like, there
Yeah.
was so many people I didn't
I
even
love
fucking
that.
know.
I
I
love
have
that.
pictures on it. It was like
Yeah.
hella, but like mad, like famous Atlanta creatives have come to that house.
Yeah.
and just
That's dope.
Yeah, it was so Atlanta was great. That's when I started really getting. I was like, I really love community.
Me, yes.
Wow, this is
No,
fucking
yeah.
amazing. And I had a lot of women community out there too, and it was just like, this is great. We could
When you
do
tap into that, you literally can do anything. You can do anything.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then music wise, it was great. I got a lot of opportunities. I did festivals. I opened up for Doja Cat. I did.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's
I
so
was-
lit.
So I was just like in this different bag, and spiritually, Atlanta's just like this portal. It was.
No,
just,
it really is a portal.
I feel like I upped my creativity just by living there. Just the people there. You step in that city, and it's just like, oof, I feel. The energy of everybody
literally.
is just like making me go crazy,
Yeah.
making me level up.
Yep.
So that was beautiful. And then
What made you move to LA?
honestly, very simple things. One, I had a couple of really close friends in LA, and I was like, oh, cool. And then two, I just kept going back and forth to LA for business shit.
Right.
And Cali I just looked lit. I was like,
made sense,
Cali's
yeah.
another portal.
yeah, absolutely.
Truly.
Another portal.
Yeah, so I was
It's
just
like the final stage level
absolutely.
portal.
So I was like, why not? I have the money to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do it. That move, I was very grown about it. I had money
Yeah.
saved. I had
Yeah,
movers.
that's
I had,
good.
I was
That's
like,
good.
I budgeted. Like, it was different. And I was like, I'm able to do that. I'm blessed enough to, so why not experience it? Like I said, I love to experience things.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck it. And I just
Fuck
did
it, we out.
we out. We out.
Learn as you go.
Yeah, learn as you go. So,
And then you live in downtown LA.
yeah, Zombieland.
Yo, the face you said that.
Bro, that's how they be saying to me in LA. Oh, you live in downtown. Where
Yo.
you live? Downtown.
Yo, I had a COVID boo. You know when COVID first happened,
Right, you gotta get-
whoever you dating at the
That's
moment.
it. That's y'all are
Act
on a
up,
cuff.
right?
Yo, we
right.
going to war together, nigga. What's up?
Yeah, period.
Nigga, what's up?
Getting that toilet paper.
The world.
Getting that toilet paper together. Like, let's go.
Yeah. Yo, so me, my COVID boo stay in downtown LA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this shit is like literally hell on earth. Like,
It's
literally,
bad.
it's like niggas' limbs is like, yo, the drugs, I don't know what kind of drugs they're on, bro.
Tweaking.
Like,
Certified tweakers.
professional tweakers, bro. And then I also dated another guy, the Underworld Babe.
Yeah.
Okay. He was.
Underworld, babe.
Underworld Babe. We won't tell you that he's a cancer. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Sheesh.
So he lived, you know where it goes from downtown to Skid Row?
Yes.
But you know, like there's like an intersection where it's like nice as fuck and then Skid Row as fuck.
yeah, they
He
try to
stayed
trick you.
right on the edge, which I thought was pretty cool because I do like the thrill. But there was like a
dead.
tweaker,
Right.
a tweaker outside stomping his fucking foot and screaming at the top of his lungs like, "Mama!" Like for 5 hours straight.
No, that's crazy.
That's like white noise to me at this point. I go to
But
sleep like a baby.
It sucks though. It sucks because when you think about it, honestly, all of them, it's really because America just makes it so fucking hard to
Well,
like.
yeah.
That's
you know,
why it's
like-
depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a solvable issue.
It is.
Walking around, you're just like, I can't believe we're allowing people
It's
to-
truly a solvable issue. There it is. It truly is.
And just to paint the picture for Skid Row, just in case y'all don't know what that is, like imagine like 6 blocks of nothing but tents and homelessness and just like it's it's like its own little community of
So
just.
they have that in Denver. They have that in Denver where it's
Okay.
like tents and like blocks. of it.
Blocks.
Yeah.
But and I don't know if they do that, and they probably do in LA because I
Yeah.
did see something about a governor.
Yeah, he's
doing
trying to clean up.
Yeah, cleaning up people's
For the legit.
what they have left, throwing it in the trash.
Yeah.
Like getting a dumpster, getting a garbage truck, and like just putting all of the stuff that these homeless people have to their names and putting it in the garbage, and then just being like, you got to relocate somebody.
Which is not a-
somewhere.
Well,
That's not solving
yeah, you
a
can't
problem.
do that. There's some people that are literally born into Skid Row.
Yeah.
You know, it's more.
community.
No,
It's
it's
a
actually
community.
more money. They're putting more money into these anti-homelessness tactics, like than they would need to actually fix the fucking
Help.
problem.
Yeah. Now I think
crazy.
they're coming up with like a hotel or like a
Okay.
building for homeless people in LA. They're trying to try that out.
Because there's no housing
Good.
crisis.
Yeah.
There's no like lack of. It's affordable housing. There's
What,
no
in
like
LA?
it's affordable housing. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no housing
Ooh.
crisis.
Yeah,
like
there's
it's not like
It's an
there's
expensive
exactly. It's like unaffordable. Like
Yeah,
you know, like
there we
exactly.
go.
Yeah, it's pushing
That shit is
people out.
expensive, even after COVID.
Yeah.
The fact that anything after COVID went up, like
And stayed up.
and stayed up, and is
crazy.
currently going even more up.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Wild.
is that?
Wild.
That's crazy. to
I
me.
was on the line the other day for something, and there were these little girls. One was like 9 and one was 12, and she was like, "Prices are just so high." And I was like, "What are these little kids talking about the prices?"
They're stressed the fuck
That's
out.
wild. They're stressing me out.
Their parents stressing them out and like
Literally, they can't even get no candy. Candy done gone up.
They're like, "No, sorry, no candy. Prices up." Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same. Well,
Shit.
all right. So let's circle back to like, obviously, when you were saying like you were constantly surrounded by males. You know, we're in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about that and navigating through that?
You have to have boundaries as a woman. You have to know your personal boundaries as a woman.
Right.
So that means you have to know yourself and what you're willing to deal with and what you're willing not to deal with and what you're willing to enforce and go to bat for and say absolutely the fuck not. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is my no zone and I'm just going to ride for it. So fuck it. If
Yeah.
I lose an opportunity, I kept my boundaries.
Exactly.
And that's just something I've had to learn throughout the years.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said you got to know yourself to know all that.
Yeah.
Like to figure out your boundaries, you really have to do that inner work to see what you will tolerate, what you won't.
Right.
Because it's all a reflection of yourself at the end of the day.
And these niggas will take it as far as what? They will fucking abuse the hell out of you mentally, sexually, and
you
just
let 'em, if
dangle
you let
like,
'em.
oh, but you're gonna get this. And some girls will be like, okay, like I will sacrifice my body for the, and then no promise you're ever gonna get it. And then
Right. And I learned that very young, like 15 years old, 16 years old, in studios with men, just men, grown ass men, trying to entice me or try to influence me to change my music and what I'm talking about or how I'm dressed. Like and then you just, whatever I was uncomfortable with, I started being more in my power to be like, fuck you.
yeah,
I don't care that you're such and such.
yeah,
No, this is what I'm gonna do.
yeah.
And having discernment with that and knowing when to enforce it and also when to have grace with people too. So
Right.
that's a new thing.
It's
I
a
learned.
dance.
It's
It's
a
a
dance.
dance. Because since we are in a patriarchy, therefore the music industry is,
A reflection of
a reflection of that. Men do struggle with lust,
Yeah.
like really, really bad. It's like part of their biology that, like, if they haven't conquered it, it's most likely like taking over their lives and how they deal with people. That's definitely how they deal with women.
Absolutely.
So, like what you said, it is a dance, giving them grace. It's like, I understand you're like possessed by your lust, but at the same time, I will fuck you up.
Like you said, you do have to give grace to some people, but we can't. You can't fix them, because fixing them in comparison to what? Like what is the ideal man that we're trying to fix them to be? Something that we don't normally see, right? Like something that we see far and few in between, the anomaly. So it's like, sometimes you gotta leave them in the dust.
Well, what I can say, like just working, like outside of relationships, but just working in business, like with, in the music industry, like setting your boundaries does teach them.
Oh no, for sure. Oh no, well, you
makes-
have to be in
Yeah.
like have a relationship with someone, not actually like a friendship or
Yeah.
intimate, but like a business relationship or
Yeah.
just a relationship in general.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's like puts a mirror it to them and they're like, oh my God, ew, I did that. It's cringe.
And some men
like, yeah,
take
you're
that
cringe.
differently.
Yeah.
Some men are like, oh wow, I see myself now, and I'm gonna move different. And then some men are just like, oh, fuck you.
Yup.
You know, and honestly, unfortunately, the majority of men that I have dealt with in the industry are on the, they're on the ladder of the like, well, fuck, I ain't gonna work with you. Then you gonna lose out on this. It's
like, boy, lose out on what?
On what,
bitch? You not God.
Right. This is my blessing.
And I always regret not saying something rather than saying something and get an attitude back from them.
Yeah, fuck that, because I'm not scared of you.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. We be cussing these niggas out.
That's why you gotta stand your ground. You gotta speak up.
It comes from the part of our brain that's like trying to defend ourselves, the fight or flight survival mode. So back in the day, like if a man threatened us, you kind of want to be as vulnerable or as like, docile as possible so you don't die.
Yeah,
right?
No, that's true.
So if a guy makes you uncomfortable, that's why we laugh. We're like,
it's a nervous.
So because you don't want to make them uncomfortable because you think if you're gonna say something, they're gonna kill you.
And it still kind of
and
like
it's
that.
it sticks, honestly.
When a guy says something to you on the street too, sometimes you'll respond because you're alone and you don't want to like, what would I do? I'm vulnerable. And you
hear about the women in New York getting punched in the face by men that they dub, like.
Yeah, no, it's real, and it's the same navigating the industries, like knowing when to speak up. And just being very assertive with it.
Yeah, because even like if you like play the game and you play that dance and you entertain it and then it doesn't work out in your favor, the man will like try to blackball you or do everything in their power to like stop your like so sometimes it's just like not even.
And then also gaslight you and be like, oh, but you were laughing, like everyone type shit.
No, and honestly, like with the patriarchy and the divine feminine coming back online through the women, like and speaking up and us like not taking shit anymore.
Movement.
So it's like even Diddy's an example of kind of what's going on an unconscious level because like
getting wiped out.
What?
We're not going for that shit.
No,
that
no,
behavior
no.
is getting wiped out.
Do you know how many women I know that are celibate?
Oh yeah.
Yo, it is crazy.
I was celibate for 2 years. 2 years, and it was one of the best things I've ever done.
Right. Yeah, I'm on a year and a little bit, and like my mind is so clear. Like I've done so much shit that I don't think I would have been able to do had I been in a relationship, had I been in a relation. Yeah.
No, I'm 7 months in, and I ain't got no nigga. Nigga ain't got me. Hey.
Right. I'm like, yeah, but I was on that journey.
Period.
And it was needed. I never went that long before, but I was just like, honestly, fuck all of this. And I just want to pour into myself, and I want to know myself. I want to come out of this more confident in myself and my awareness and
absolutely
how to navigate with men, period, especially romantically, of course, but just across the board.
Yeah.
Like, what are really my boundaries? And that's why I says you need to know yourself.
Yeah.
That self-awareness. Because I need to know, I'm like, oh, I feel that. Ooh, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk to this person about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't need to talk to them, like, and like, actually fuck them. It was too much, and I'm just going to like back away from this situation.
Block.
Yeah, block, whatever, not talk, mute, whatever you got to do. Like, there's some people that you can't talk, communicate something.
I had to learn how to block. I didn't know. She was like, block them. I was like,
yeah, me too.
Can't do it. Like,
I was so weird about that. I know, and I was so weird about that. And I've recently gotten in my blocking bag.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, no, because you're not worth it.
Yeah.
You're not even worth it. And I don't want to see no update. It's not even, like, I just shifted into a new timeline when I did
literally.
I don't need you on my timeline.
Literally.
I'm good. Wish you whatever you deserve.
And you can't hit me up whenever you feel like it.
No.
Nigga.
No, absolutely.
I hate one-sided relationships. Like, you can't, not on your terms. Never on your terms.
I see your name on my phone.
Right.
Block.
I'm a blocker now. I'm a block. I
also
blocker.
Yeah, dude. When I went to Atlanta recently for the spiritual convention, I met this guy, and he was like, I'm spiritual, so I be wanting me like a little spiritual nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at first, like, he was cool. Like, we had met, and we were like, okay, we're gonna hang out tomorrow before I leave. I'm with him, and he's like touching on me, feeling on me, being very lusty, and I'm like, yo.
You weren't feeling it?
No, like, bro. And then he's like, you act like I'm trying to. nigga, what did I just say?
Yeah.
Like, are you
We're
crazy?
comfortable with it.
You know? And then you're trying to gaslight me, and then you're getting passive. I said, okay, I'm out.
Because
I'm out. Thank you.
Men especially don't
Yeah.
take rejection well.
Yeah.
And you have to work on that.
And it's also the colors you see after the rejection.
Yes,
right?
that's
that
real
was,
you.
Yeah, that's
Action.
really what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like the last date I went on, same thing.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, the whole date was great. It was like, oh my God, like I haven't dated in a long time. Like this is. And then at the end, like, you know, we're chilling, we're macking, we're talking, we haven't even kissed yet. He's like, so should I go get a condom? And I'm like, what? I was like, we haven't even kissed
Was
yet.
not reading that
He was
right.
like, well, we're going to kiss. And I was like, I know.
Like, that's...
We're going.
That's
crazy.
weird.
And I was like, this is, and then
weird.
you could like,
Right.
it just got worse and worse and worse after that. You could tell his personality, who he was, like just started coming out. And it was like, not cute. Not cute.
It's like your intelligence level is so low.
And it's based on their desire too,
Yeah.
like their personality and who they are and who they want to show show themselves to the world as. Like it's like, all right, is this person going to fulfill what I want? Are they going to do what I want? All right, if not, fuck that.
That's all it is. Honestly, after my celibacy journey, I was just so only attracted to just emotional connection first. Like I can't. It made me grossed out that you're just like less. You don't care about me as a person.
Right.
You don't care about who I am, what
Yeah.
I fucking do. You just think I'm hot. And
Yeah.
it grossed me out. It's like, I know I'm hot. Cool. But it's like, what else? There's so much more.
There's
of
so
me.
layers,
And
yeah.
it's just like, and that's how I ended up in my recent relation right now. It's just like, because we had this emotional connection.
Yeah.
I need that.
Higher,
That is
yeah.
what's gonna fulfill
Do
me.
you feel like he adds like value?
Absolutely. But you know,
Well, to your life, I mean, not adds value like in general, but just like
to my life, yeah, absolutely. But he supports me. He tells me I'm powerful. Like
I love that.
Yeah, but that's pretty rare. But I needed rare because I was like on
You're
some
rare.
like I'm rare, and honestly,
Period.
I don't give a. I was on some like I will die alone if I don't have it.
No, that's
I'm
where
cool.
we're at. That's where we're at.
like,
we literally were talking
We're
about
like
that. We were
As
literally
long as
like,
we have a community of
That's what I
women.
said. As long as I have
you're
my
not
community.
you're not gonna die alone. If you're in a community of
yeah.
women, you'll never die alone.
I was fine with that. I had my routines. I had my hobbies. I was cool with it. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, I'm good. I love my bitches. I got my hobbies.
That's it.
I got my talent.
Period.
Then that's fulfilling enough. I'm sorry.
And I was like, there's nobody that's gonna be able to like have me in a relationship without these certain things. Like
Yeah.
it's literally just not gonna happen.
yeah, we're in a whole new paradigm. Like
Yeah.
the women in our family, like and ahead of us, they went through these things, and then we observed them, and we're like, fuck no.
I'm
Hell
not.
no.
I went through this like phase of just like my relationship with abuse with men.
Yeah.
And it's like really, I read so many books and so many podcasts and like trying to heal from that. And that's like something in my family, rooted in my lineage with women. And I was like, I don't want to be. I gotta pay for that parking.
Oh shit. Parking.
So with the generational trauma that we all experience in our, in our families, how women were handled and what was accessible as far as like being able to have your own bank account and then
Just making decisions.
making decisions,
Yeah.
society's expectations. Like we three are in a new age. We're in a new time where we are just as equal as to men with the resources that we have and what we can accomplish. So like with you and your generational, traumas, like how have you fought through that? And how have you healed to like have the healthy, like my thought process and mechanism that you do now when it comes to approaching relationships, if that makes sense?
No, it does.
It does make sense. No, I had to just really analyze my relationship to abuse and like understand what my boundaries are with that, and also heal. And that was during my celibacy journey. And I just read a lot of texts, podcasts by women, and in that journey, and like reading texts about women in our past too, other women that have gone through so much abuse, and just normalizing it with men and just allowing it. And that's been a part of my family's history too. And so I'm the one here that say fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you behave like that. You're not a part of my life.
Yeah, black.
And I don't tolerate abusive or violent or aggressive men
Yeah.
at all in any facet of my life, romantic, familial, platonic.
Anything.
Anything.
Even if you're my boss at work, why are you yelling?
Why are you yelling? Why are you being violent? And it's just like, that's something that I just have to stand my ground on, and that is my way of breaking out of generational curses. Yeah.
For sure. I could relate to that. Definitely. Definitely. I feel like the women in my family, we have like a lot of
Muslim.
Yeah, we're Muslim. We're from the Middle East. We're from Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
All good. Free Palestine. Shoot. I love being Palestinian. I love being Muslim. The culture could be a little toxic sometimes, especially for women. Even like the things that my grandmother was saying about the way my grandfather treated her. It's like she was like, this is how it should be. And it's like I had to see like these are the things I need to break. Like these are the way my aunt, like how she wants to say something to my uncle, but she won't. So she's just sitting there and like she's gonna keep it to herself. It's like those are the things that we need to break. Because I know for me, it's like Amanda's gonna tell like all of these men in my life that I've allowed into my life. They try. They really do like to be that authoritative figure where they're like, okay, do this, do that. I got you. Blah 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 blah. And it usually leads me to hell. Like it usually leads me to hell. And then a lot of the time when I've told these men like boundaries, it's like what you said. It's like I don't get okay, blah, blah, blah. It's usually fuck you. Even if it is like, even if it isn't like relationships, like even with my tenant, like the other day I was like, yo, he talks to me crazy. He doesn't respect me. And all of a sudden I raised my voice and I talked to him in another way. And he was like shocked. He was like, well, I don't know. And you could tell he got all salty. And I was like, all of a sudden, because I'm being an authoritative figure, that if your landlord was a man, you wouldn't be
ready yet.
It'd be fine. Exactly.
Respect my fucking name.
Exactly. So yeah, it definitely is about breaking that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, my masculine energy be on 10. On 10.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
But it is a muscle, though. It's a muscle. Exactly. Like if you're raised, and the thing is, I was raised with men, but I always was raised. I was raised with women that were like, also like, you gotta be smaller. You gotta be smaller for them.
And it's like, oh well, that's my husband, or that's my. I was like, ugh, not me. Like men are
never
not
gonna
the
be
center
smaller.
of my world. I am. And you're gonna respect
Period.
me, and I don't care. It's like
Thousands and thousands of years through the patriarchy, women have been suppressed, taught we're not equal to men.
Yeah.
Like a point that I was in my family's group chat, and I'm like, okay, y'all are so like hell bent on this Adam and Eve story. Like, well, when everyone's in the womb, they're a woman first.
right.
And then the
SRY gene on the Y chromosome. Yeah.
So we're a female-based species. Like, let's start there.
right.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Like, the value that women have is, like, you cannot deny that. Like, I hate it when niggas say, what do females bring to the table? Like, what are you saying?
Even, like, in my culture, they like take a lot of rights from women, but they uplift them. It's like a very weird push and pull. Like, in the Quran, it says, mother, mother, mother. Those are the three people you're supposed to keep closest to and make the most important in your life. Because the women in your life are supposed to be the most important people in your life because they add so much value. So then how the fuck, like, there's a lot of backwards shit going on then. Yeah.
Because we live in a patriarchy, right? So it's a man's world. So do these Muslim men understand how men think and operate? So it's like when it's like, okay, I don't want you to dress a certain type of way. It's like coming because they don't want men to project their thought
it's like
process.
a protective.
It's like a protective.
Yeah. And it doesn't come from for some people, it does come from a wrong place. It shouldn't come from a place of possession.
Yeah.
It should come from a place of wanting to protect someone because you know what men are capable of.
Right.
But also, that should make you want to do better as a man.
That's what it comes down to. It's not our problem that you act that way. I
gotta be smaller because you're sick.
You need to fix yourself. You need to heal yourself. That's something. That's an insecurity. I don't got nothing to do with that.
Yep. That's between you and God.
That's between you and God. Like, why I gotta change?
And it feels like, we're in like chaos right now in every department, especially with gender conflicts.
Yeah.
So what it seems like is like, all right, in the beginning, like the white Europeans brought over patriarchy, and then when black men got out of slavery, African American men had to follow suit. But before that, back like in Africa, it's egalitarian. Like a lot of it is like men and women are equal, or sometimes it's like matrilineal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
now that like let's talk about like the urban like black community, right? So like now men are like at war with black women, and like now black women are like excelling because we can get bank accounts, we can do all these things, so now we're excelling, and like black men kind of don't know what to do. But it's like it's our like black women and just like women in general, but specifically black women, it's our nature to kind of like excel.
Absolutely.
So now that we kind of got the
with limited resources.
Yeah, with limited
so now we got some resources.
But now, like, the men are like, but what the fuck? Like patriarchy was only built to uplift like rich people.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Not
it's only
middle-class people and not
it's a
poor
capitalist.
people.
It's a tool of
goes back to
capitalism.
money.
It's a tool of
But
capitalism.
also, patriarchy was instilled in the black community by white people.
Exactly.
So that's a whole other I was like, do y'all not realize that you just letting a white man win?
But that's again, but it's for what you just said. It's for the bottom line, money.
Yeah, the
Like they're not doing it for any reason besides that.
No.
Right.
Like it's like they try to come from like different perspectives. Like, oh yeah, we're pro-life because we're Christian. No, you're fucking
No, you're trying to get some.
So trying to take away rights.
And then you guys are like carrying on this mindset because it feeds your ego.
Right.
Without realizing that this system was put in order to suppress you and separate you from the black woman.
Yes.
So
On purpose.
On purpose.
Yeah.
So it's like now black men are just a natural consensus is like, oh, men is the leader, women is this, bitches and hoes in our music, women are seen as this. It's like a
Grow up.
yeah, it's literally look at women as like an object, and you don't honor our role in society and our role in your life, making your lives better. You know?
And that's getting wiped out. I think it's forcing men. If you want to go specifically like the black community, it's forcing them to evolve.
Yeah.
Because it's like we on what we on as
Yeah.
women. So if you don't want companionship and pussy, cool. Go over there then. Like it's like if you want to join this, then you need to evolve and you need to heal, just as I have to heal
Period.
on my journey because I'm gonna do my work.
Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna do is my work.
Yeah.
But it's just like you have to do yours to meet me there.
Yeah.
And if not, stay over there.
It's reciprocation.
That's
It's
it.
super simple. We're not asking for more than what we have to offer.
Exactly. That's what I hate the conversation of just like, well, no, I'm saying this because I'm doing the work.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that because I'm doing the work. If I
Period.
wasn't, then I should be over there too. No, I'm saying I'm over here because I did my work. I did all my shit.
My healing, I
my
could
healing,
provide, I could do all
did
that.
all that. So it's like I'm not accepting anybody that's not doing the work. So I think it's a good thing in the sense that it's going to force people to do the work because so many women are doing the work.
Yeah, and the system is falling.
Yes.
Like that
Yeah.
patriarchal system, traditional system
Yep.
is falling. Like I understand you're like, oh, I want a traditional woman, I need to be a traditional man. Like with the patriarchy and how our society is forming, like, bro, we're low-key in a caste system. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Yes.
And
it's like the whole like patriarchy as far as like all right provider mindset, like all that, like and the nuclear family.
girl, I was just about to say the nuclear
Nuclear
family is just
family,
bringing
fuck
us
us up.
back.
That's
Fuck
kinda
us up.
changing. Like,
It is.
okay, like let me
It
show
is.
you like. Okay, so supposedly the patriarchy and the nuclear family came into play because of industrialization.
Yeah, like
building
white,
cities.
and white men also wanted to take over more land, right? And like colonize. So they had to breed strong men to fight wars for them and incentivize them with resources. And then those resources ended up putting them above women. And that's why they felt like, okay, so now we're the leaders. Like now we got it. We have the resources to lead.
Right.
And then now that they're in these leading positions, they're like, oh fuck. Oh shit, what do we do?
It's not their nature.
It's not. Women are natural born leaders. And although men can help, and in some cases there are anomalies where men are good leaders.
Yeah,
But the natural leader,
order of things, women are actually the leaders.
Leaders.
Yeah.
So then with the nuclear family, like so before it was kind of an extended family where it was community based. Grandfathers, grandmothers, uncles, like mothers, fathers, daughters, like all lived together. It was communal. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, my lipstick. Is it okay?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
good.
But yeah, we all lived together, right?
Which is fine.
So,
I
and then
like
had
that.
small
The extended
businesses.
family.
I like that.
That's why it was hard. It was less. It wasn't as hard for people to like, keep up with bills or like, do the things that they wanted to do because it was just a big community of people.
village. I think that's fine.
Exactly.
Multi-generational living.
And the
Yeah.
reason why women were are the natural born leaders is because of our sixth sense. Is because of that one, like that thing inside of us that women have that like most men don't have.
Yeah.
It's our intuition. It's like our gut. What was it? It was like 60 or 70%.
intuition, yeah.
Like this, like I was listening to something today, and it's like what we deem as like important, like jobs, right? What's more important, being able to build a fucking house or being able to take care of the kids and like honor the kids? Like, what's more important, being able to like do construction work or like? So it's like the jobs that women do aren't looked at as vital versus the jobs that men do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, we understand women, you gotta raise the kids, you gotta do all that, but
Clean, cook, da da da. But
They
yeah.
act like that's not a job too.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
They
that's
have
a job.
to mind
truly
that.
is.
Yeah.
Versus like, oh, you gotta go to the office and like work on some apps and do IT. Like, nigga, I'm doing the shit that's really gonna like change.
We come from a very like physical background. Like we need tangible goods and work,
Production,
and money and things. And it's just like I think we're moving into the more mindset of just like, oh, actually, we need women to, it is more important
Instill
to raise
compassion
kids.
and like
Compassion,
and
emotional
empathy.
intelligence, empathy. Yeah, and it's just like look how. The patriarchy has run the world into the ground, like there's just evidence of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
The men are the leaders predominantly,
Yeah.
and it's just like look where has that led us to. We out here struggling.
Period.
No, and I feel like a lot of people now, especially women, are like, I'm just tired. I'm so tired.
It
Of
shouldn't be hard, and we shouldn't have to fucking witness a genocide in 2024. We shouldn't have to watch cop cities being built in 2024.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to choose between the lesser of the two evils. Why are they both fucking evil?
Why are they evil?
Like,
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
like there's so many things that it's brought us to that it's
Yes.
like really
It's not working.
2024, like,
Yeah.
why is this even happening?
It's because of the patriarchy.
And I don't give a fuck about the politics. I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I don't care about that shit.
Make it fucking happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, make
Like,
it happen.
this shouldn't be happening. This is disgusting.
Politics in itself is just patriarchy.
It's
Yeah,
just,
it is.
What
It
are
is.
we even talking about?
It's a dick game. Like whose dick is bigger? Politics. Like
It is a dick measuring game
dick measuring
for
contest.
sure.
It's
For
all about
sure.
ego. It's all
Power
about
play.
Power plays. Yeah.
Bro, there's no way. Like, our spirituality and technology is like this.
Yeah.
Like, I thought in high school when
That
I
we-
was gonna be in my 30s,
Right.
we were gonna have
Like the
flying
Jetsons.
cars.
The Jetsons.
Fucking-
No, we have a Tesla that might fuck up and just like run shit into the.
Might blow up because that movie that it might take you somewhere and fucking kill you. Actually,
We was like we're closer to iRobot than anything. Yeah.
bitch, yeah.
Planet
Nah.
and party.
Our technology is about to kill us because they're like, these people are evil.
Yeah, they're trying to make military robots. They don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Scary.
Even like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I used to love me some Elon Musk.
We all had our Elon Musk
We did.
phase, yeah.
Because he was gonna create what's called a hyperloop. Do you know what the hyperloop was?
No.
Imagine like a bullet train connecting to
Oh, yeah.
every city.
Yeah.
It was gonna be like
Which we need.
Yeah, I remember when he said that. Like, that.
Which we need because other countries have like transportation.
Like
That's like
Japan.
Yeah.
Like he was legit working on that. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was like, you know how that would change America. On
He
a
got
whole
compromised.
level? He got compromised
somehow. I don't know what.
Also, I did see a lot about maybe I don't know much about him. I did see a lot about how he kind of is he's like almost like a scammer, like a billionaire scammer, where
Yeah,
it's
I've
like
seen that,
he
yeah.
didn't create Twitter, he bought it, right? He didn't create SpaceX, he bought it. He didn't create Tesla, he bought it.
just
Like
putting the
all
money
of
up.
these things he bought.
He's not creating.
Yeah, he's not creating
genius
anything. He's not.
behind it.
He,
He's
he's
the mind.
He's good with money. He took his dad's money and he knew how to.
He's
use
flipping
it.
that hoe.
Well, was it PayPal that he was?
Yeah.
It was PayPal.
He was PayPal.
Create PayPal.
No, I believe he also bought into it, but I'm not positive. Not 1,000 on that.
Well, at the end of the day, what the fuck? 'Cause I
Right. At the end of the day, Right? What the fuck?
We would have been able
What
to
the fuck is
travel.
Nirvana?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
Right.
fuck? Imagine us being able to go to New York like in 3 hours.
Right.
Because it would have been like a bullet train.
Yeah.
Air hockey, and how the puck just shoo. So it would have been like, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are we still arguing about remedial shit as a society? We're supposed to be way more advanced right now, and it's not happening. I'm sorry, because of the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That social
Really.
media. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, all of that is
Root cause.
perpetuated by patriarchy and
Patriarchy.
capitalism. It's really, it's really capitalism. Because
then it's
patriarchy is a tool of patriarchy. I mean,
of capitalism.
Of capitalism.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just an umbrella, and it trickles down, which I hate saying trickle down effect, but it trickles down. And it was just interesting too, because like on social media, I hate like logging on to Twitter sometimes because it's like always gender wars. I'm just like, y'all still on this, bro? When are we gonna work together? Like, when is this gonna happen?
Like, we're so against each other,
So
male,
against each
females,
other.
when it's like, y'all know there are fucking billionaires that could end all of these struggles that are going on right now. It's just like a couple of them, too. You can count on like two hands.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and they're not.
And we're
they're not,
arguing
and we're fighting
about-
with each other.
Yeah, he didn't get you flowers. Like, shut up.
We gotta eat the rich. We gotta eat the rich.
gotta
Fuck
eat
these
the-
flowers.
Right?
What the hell?
Fuck up. We got shit to do. I don't know. Yeah.
So it's like men and women both have shit that we need to work on.
Absolutely.
We're both not. Women are not perfect.
No.
Men are not perfect.
And we both need to understand each other too. I think that's what's given us a lot of power, is understanding the biology and psychology and sociology of men, and as well as ourselves.
Yeah.
And that has given us so much power that, like, if everybody did that, like if everybody learned about themselves as well as the opposite sex, it'd be a lot easier to navigate this world. We're
We all
not.
have to do our internal work. I'm just a big advocate for your own work. You got to just do your
Oh,
own work.
hell yeah.
And then link up. But you need
And form
to
a
do your
community
work.
and do that work together.
Exactly.
It's that individual healing, that community healing all together. It bleeds into each
And
other.
like, let's have those like vulnerable conversations and meet each other at that point. Because I feel like this whole like superficial way of connecting with people just to like feed your inner validation that you never got when you were a kid is kind of getting played.
And then ghosting culture and
Like
like
the toxicity.
I'm just
I got better shit to do with my time than sit here and have a power war.
Yeah.
Right.
Truly.
Power. Ugh, God. I've had like my relationship with even like power dynamics, especially even in the industry or just romantically, is just
It's like,
being a powerful woman sometimes is hard.
It's hard.
You're gonna get tested because people want you to be small.
yeah, and they're gonna try to intimidate you, even you
Yeah.
just walking in a room and it's felt. The game's fucking Vegan.
Yeah.
Right there,
I hate it.
bro.
But also sometimes he gotta Game of Thrones that shit. Yeah, I'm like, right, shit, I'm gonna put my house, you know?
Yeah, I think we've done a good job.
Yeah, yeah,
We've done a good job. We haven't lost our soul along the way. We haven't compromised our
Thank
integrity
God.
for
Amen.
that shit. Because on this music shit, it's like it shifts to a point where it's like I used to think like, do I need to get a BBL?
Yeah.
God, do I
Just real conversations.
Do I need to fucking? Oh my God! Do I need to start talking about sex all the time?
Music or not?
You're pressured.
No, you're really pressured.
Music or not, though, right?
What you say? What you say?
Music or not?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, we're
Both it,
of
both
course,
it.
Yeah.
of course, it
Yeah.
perpetuates that
Because even,
shit.
like the songwriters and the songs that are written are by men.
Yeah.
So then I had to have a conversation with myself, like, okay, so what the fuck am I here on Earth for? Like, am I here on Earth to further perpetuate the degeneracy in the black community and what everybody else is rapping about? Or am I here to kind of make a change and shift our culture to a higher, like, level and, like, be a part of that movement?
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
With your
yeah.
gift, with
Yeah,
your
with
music.
my God-given gift. Not if I know my power, I'm not going to use my power to suppress like even more. I'm going to be authentic always.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm gonna like operate at a higher like level. I know better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I was like, fuck that. I feel like I'd be famous as fuck right now if I took that road that I was being pushed to take. But nah,
Yeah.
like,
You have to stay authentic to yourself.
yeah, see
Truly.
the crowd ain't bad.
Truly.
But I also think authenticity is going to be the new wave.
Same.
I think the bubble is popping, especially in music. When we talk about music, I think people are actually tired. I think the talent that's going to come out, that's going to be like, oh damn, that's a superstar, is the people that we're going back to the old ways.
Everything is everything. Lauryn Hill, Erykah
We
Badu
want
type shit.
authenticity. We want that new-ish. We want something that's like, oh wow, oh you like actually worked at your craft. Like you actually like those type of things.
Are
I think
admirable.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's already, I don't know, just fans are already reacting to that. I'm just like, yeah, I think that's the new age and the new renaissance of
Because although we're like, you know, we could dance to Glorilla and Sexy Red and all that, and we love them,
Yeah,
it's fun. But like, it's crazy. It is a common thread between everybody that's like, everybody thinks it's trash music.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, we know. And we've literally almost like accepted it. Like, yeah, it's trash and we play it. But like,
It's a good little balance.
The girls go. Look,
no, it's true.
I wouldn't say it's trash. I just think.
But the music they play in the clubs, though, it's not her. It's not her.
Yeah.
She has a lot better shit too.
I just think that it's just shifting. I just think it's shifting. Me personally, I know I'm here to have like a mixed bag of things. You know, I'm here for the human experience. So it's like I love dick. So it's probably going to be expressed in my music because that's who I am. But at the same time, I have different things that I want to talk about as well, or different energies that I want to put into my music. So I'm just like, I'm here for the human experience.
That is so beautiful, duality. Being like,
duality.
yeah, I could twerk, but I could also tell you a little something about the universe. Like, you know,
No, I think I love that type of energy. So that's what I'm here for. But there's other things. People are more to the left, people more to the right, and it is what it is. But I think the new swing of like when we talk about superstars in the industry is like people want authenticity. We're tired. We're tired of the microwave shit where we want to build people back up. We want the old school mentality of what is a superstar. Like,
You know, I think it's a great example of that. Tizo touchdown.
Oh man,
I love Tizo.
Tizo's so
She put me on. Oh, so good.
God, he's so great. When you
His
talk
art
about
is-
authenticity and you talk about songwriting and
Chef's
just
kiss.
like, yeah, yes,
Which
yeah.
is like the perfect age, really.
Yeah, and
for
the
is.
30s are great.
It really is.
Yeah, and then and the ageist factor in the music industry or all industries just need to die, especially with women, I think.
Yes.
Because your 30s, especially as a woman, is a special fucking time.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Like,
I
you really know
love
yourself.
it.
You're like, really?
I
Oh,
love
I
it.
really am that bitch. I've been that bitch the whole time. Actually, I know all the
Period. Period.
But
My entire 20s too. My entire 20s. I was like, wait.
right. So
I
it's just
want
like,
to get me wrong.
Period.
what are you talking about? We're still like not even at our sexual peak yet. We on fire in our 30s. So it's just like the ageist shit is Cheers to that.
Last shot. Shoot.
Yeah, flash shot. All that shit has to die too, and I think it is. It's just when you log on to social media and you're like flooded with all the bullshit, which is I don't know.
Other people's thoughts.
Other people's thoughts, and like some people are just whatever, they're on that side of the wave. You think that it's not happening, but man, I've had such beautiful conversations with just strangers, and I'm like, oh no, it's happening. The shift is happening when it's more authentic.
I feel like exactly. You got to be intentional when you're on social media.
Yeah,
You know, like it could take you down a hole where you're like, you fucking hate yourself.
Yeah.
Or you could take you down a hole where you don't, right? Like
Right.
I'll put a filter on social media. I'll be like, damn, I might look better with like lip fillers.
it
like,
would get your
and
ass.
I've literally never thought about that in my entire life.
until
I put that filter on. And I'm like, wow, maybe I should. Why is that even a thought in my head? Like, I'm already enough. This is already enough.
It keeps us distracted.
And that's like on a small level where it's like you could see somebody doing something and you're like, well, and it just like ignites something in you. If you're not doing that self-work, if you're not being intentional when you're online, you're going to end up using that as a weapon against yourself.
You
Absolutely.
gotta have principles.
Yeah, values, your value
Big
system.
Principles that, and then anything that tries to compromise that, you're like, ah.
Yeah, no.
Like if you feel like, if you like something like jealousy coming up, like when you see something that you like and you're like, oh, this bitch, it's like the healed part of you that could be like, oh, well, I actually admire that. It's not that I'm jealous of them. It's like I admire that part of them, and I'd like that. Like I'd like
that's
that
something that I
also, so
would
it
want.
makes you want to be better. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're a human. You're not above anything. You're not above any emotion. And I also don't believe like any emotion is like negative. So it's like I feel that emotion. I'm gonna sit with it. And it's like if let's say it's jealousy, right, or envy, whatever. I'm gonna sit with that. What do I actually mean with this? I want that. That's something that I would want. So how do I achieve it?
Yeah.
And it's more about that, because it's like, whatever. I'm a human. I'm gonna feel jealous. I'm gonna feel envious. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna feel angry. Cool. I'm gonna feel love too. I'm gonna feel empathy. I'm gonna feel, like, I'm just a human in a human experience with a spectrum of emotions.
It's the balance of giving yourself the grace, like being like, I'm cute,
girl.
I'm just a girl.
To sum it up, yeah, for sure.
Crazy world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so like, I remember we were talking yesterday, and then like you were talking about like with your new relationship.
Yeah.
and we were talking about how like in relationships, that's when your unhealed versions or versions of yourself that you need to heal even more come up.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the space in between understanding like the trigger and understanding it's just a reaction in your body that's happening.
Yes.
And so instead of internalizing it and reacting, you're like, oh, this is a chemical imbalance happening.
Yes. Yeah, this is something happening biologically. This is something happening with
You got to cultivate space. So like between what happens and what you do, that space is so important. You got to sit with it. Just like breathe, maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe a 5 minutes of breath, like
I'm good with like, let me take a time out. But yeah, it's really important to understand yourself in the sense that's like, this is just happening to me. My body's reacting because of memory or whatever the hell happening, but that's not the reality of the situation when it comes to this person. I am just triggered by this. I'm going to sit, I'm going to, like you said, take a breath, and I'm going to kind of analyze that. Let me sit with that for a bit. Where's that coming from? What can I do with that? What does that mean? Is it something that they're doing that they should change, or is this just purely me being like reactive?
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to anymore be so reactive where I'm just like constantly triggered and like
not in control.
not in control, and then
My
throwing that on
impulses,
my loved ones. Like, it's just like, that's my responsibility. They say your triggers are your responsibility. I feel kind of iffy about that statement, but it's true in a sense of just like, hey, I'm recognizing this as a trigger. This is a bodily response that's happening, and I'm gonna take a step back and be like, this has nothing to do with you. But I want to talk about it. I want to let you know though, because I love you, and I feel like we can talk about that. Hey man, I went through this, and like, you did this, and it's silly as hell, but like it triggered something in me, and like that's why I got quiet. And I just want to let you know that, and I'm trying to work through that. But like I've also been an advocate of just like radical communication. I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
it's hard.
It's hard.
Like what you just said is a lot harder than like just saying it, right? Like it truly is, especially when you're in the moment of like a chaotic moment.
Yeah.
And that's why it takes,
work.
it takes work,
All
it takes
relationships
sacrifice.
take work. Like it just is what it is. But I'm willing to do the work because I love you. And it's just like, cool, I'm just gonna take a step back. I got shit.
Yeah.
And I'm still healing from shit. I thought I was healed in my little solidarity. We talked about this, but you heal so much more with relationships.
Well, like I don't think healing is like a one-step process where you're like, okay, I'm healed. Like that's
Right.
it. It's done. No, that's it. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't work like that. Shit. No, sometimes it is a lifelong process, and like some things will bring it up out of you where you're like, oh wait, maybe I do need to work on that a little bit more. Maybe I need to circle back and figure out.
Yeah, I thought that was through, but it's
Do you
clear enough.
guys think that the unhealed version of yourself is just always going to be there within your body? And then it's like the test is like recognizing when it's coming up or not. Do you think that it's like nothing that you can dissolve and completely transmute? Or do you think it's something you can transmute completely and like integrate with it? This is a very metaphysical.
Ooh,
It is. I think anything is possible, so I will never like put off no. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I'm on this journey. I don't know if I'll be able to hit everything before I'm gone.
Because our inner child's always in us, right?
Yeah.
Our inner child's always going to be in us, but it really comes with our level of ability to nurture that inner child and comfort that inner child. Yeah, exactly.
I just always want to give myself grace. So it's like, I don't ever want to be like, absolutely, I'm gonna heal everything before I die. And I'm just like, I don't know, dog. I'm human. I always constantly say this. It's just like I'm in a human experience because that's giving myself grace.
Yeah.
I'm human. I'm supposed to be flawed.
Exactly.
Like that's what comes with
Yeah.
being human. So it's like, I don't know, but I think there are things that I definitely can evolve through and transmute. I'm a absolutely, like, yeah.
Alchemize that shit.
I'm a little alchemist. I can definitely do that. But it's just like everything, I don't know, dog. I'm chilling. Like, so, you know, sometimes you need a little chaos. Sometimes, you know, like, yeah.
So, did you guys listen to Dr. Bryant and Cam Newton's interview?
No, I didn't.